Thank you so much for tuning in to today's episode of the I Do Dialogue. For this episode, we had the pleasure of interviewing Mike and Obi, and I think you're going to really enjoy their interview. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, all of that.
Going into how we met, it was what was it? I would say it was 2000. It was 2012. Oh, it was actually 2012. I came here. I was in school in New York, getting my master's, and I came to Baltimore. I was single at the time, and I was single and ready to mingle, trying to find somebody. And my friend was I say my friend. She's a family member of mine. Was in nursing school, and so I asked her, "Any of your friends are single?" She's like, "Yeah, I have a few." She showed me pictures, and I saw Obi. I said, "Wow, she's gorgeous. Like, who is she? I want to know about her." So she kept coming back to me like, "Nah, how about her? How about?" I was like, "No, I want to know about her." So finally she was like, "Yeah, she's not really into dating right now." So I was like, "Okay, I'll let it go." So a year later, that same family member is graduating. So I go to the graduation. I'm sitting down, and I'm actually about to leave, and then Obi walks in, and like my jaw is on the floor. I'm like, "Wow!" So I tap my best friend. I'm like, "Yo, look, she's bad." He's like, "Yeah, you gonna go do something about it?" And as I'm looking at her, I realized that's the same girl that I was trying to get my friend to hook me up with, or I say friend, family member. So I went over there. I started asking them dancing together. So I go over there and I start dancing. It was kind of awkward. I started dancing with them. I'm expecting my cousin to be like, "Hey, Mike, this is Obi. Obi, this is Mike, to introduce us." This girl just leaves and goes and sits down. I was like, "Man, see trouble." So I'm like, "Okay, I guess I got to introduce myself." So I just introduced myself to Obi. I told her, "My name is Mike. Nice to meet you." We started a conversation. I got her number that night, and that was it. But that's really how we met. It was just very random. I was about to leave the party. I ended up staying a little longer, and thankfully I stayed because then I was there when she walked in, and
I came towards the end of the party, and I was like, "Mom, should I go? Should I go?" Mom was like, "No, you have to go. You have to go. You have to support." I put on like whatever. Actually I looked cute though. But then when I ended up going to go sit down with my friends, I was sitting in front of two older ladies. The lady in front of me just watching me. I'm like, "Okay, who's this lady?" Whatever, like that. Why is she watching me like this? Then she was like, "Oh, I like your hair," and I was like, "Oh." Come to find out, that was his mom.
Oh my God!
The way I was just drinking that day, like chilling, like bad girl, like wow. So when I realized it was her, I told that same night, I texted her, I was like, "Yo, I think I met your mom." Yeah, but then I think that night he asked me out. We went to sushi the next couple days.
Was it the next day or 2 days later?
2 days later, and we were just talking, and I love sushi, and I realized that I had something for this guy because I didn't touch my sushi.
Yeah, they must have thought we were like retarded because we literally sat there for like a whole hour and a half, two, and we didn't touch any of our food. We were just talking.
I was like,
we were just talking.
Even when I went home, I was that night. I was like, "Yo, I didn't even eat the sushi. Like, I'm hungry." But yeah, and then the rest is history. So, yeah. We originally picked 8/18/18. Thank God we did it. Woo! Jesus.
Why do you say that?
Because that was
Everybody.
There was 20,000 weddings.
Everybody.
Yeah. So we had to all of a sudden last minute switch it over to.
So we switched it, and then the reason why I think how we picked that day, I was emailing the lady of the hotel, and I was like, "What days do you have available in July?" And she told me the 14th, and then she told me June 30th, and I was like, June 30th is my parents' anniversary. Everybody was like, "Oh my God, that would have been so cute." I was like, "No, if anything was to happen, God forbid, that would just not be a good day for me." So we just picked July 14th, and I actually picked it and texted him like, "Yo, July 14th," and that's just how it was. I just feel like with wedding planning, you need to at least try to talk to someone that's had a wedding. So that way you can kind of come up with a list of things that you're not forgetting. Because during the process of planning, Mike and I forgot a lot.
Like speaking to a lot of couples, it seems that it's very frequent. Very rarely you have a wedding where everything goes as planned. There's always going to be a hiccup. The thing is you just have to understand that things are going to happen or things may not happen as you have planned, and you just got to keep rolling with it. Otherwise you're going to mess up your day basically. So
yeah, and I would say like when the couple Mike and I when we were planning, we butted heads a lot.
That was another thing. So I don't think our audience knows this yet, but you planned your entire wedding yourself.
Yeah.
Why?
Money.
Because like like I said earlier, like when you start realizing that we're really gonna have like more than 500 people at this wedding, you realize how expensive it is, and you start trying to save money any way you can. And planning it ourselves was a good way to save, you know, a good enough amount of money, you know. And we had a lot of help, you know. It's not just it's like us just doing it by ourselves.
Our parents helped us a lot with the whole planning and everything. And it was hard because Mike and I, we butted heads a lot. And it was to the point where I kind of broke down and I was calling all of these wedding planners. But when I heard the price, I was like, could just use that money to get more food. I could use that money to get more plates. Like, what is going on? And no offense to them, that's your hustle, but it was not affordable for me. So it was like, whenever Mike and I would butt heads, we would always have like, we would give each other time, give each other space to relax or whatever. And then like once a week, we would always meet and come up with a list. We had like an Excel sheet of things done. I would handle my bridesmaids, he would handle his groomsmen. We had like 2 meetings with all of our wedding party together. We also like, once it was 6 months before the wedding, we started having monthly meetings with our family. So it would be his mom, his dad, my mom, my dad, and like Annemarie, and like my brothers, his sisters, all in one household, eating, talking about how we want that day to go.
And even those meetings get volatile sometimes. Because,
yeah, and it was.
Everybody has their own idea of what should happen, how things should be done, and you know, parents are always going to express themselves, especially when it comes to their kids' weddings. So even sometimes it was volatile, but as time went on, we kind of like learned to give each other way, and it kind of like meshed well together.
And one thing I think that helped us, Mike and I, is that even during the meeting, we would always at the end we'd just be like, listen, this is what Mike and I want. Mike and I want this song. Mike and I want this food on the menu. Mike and I, you know, we would always come together and be like, Mike and I want this. So it was like whatever decision was made came from Mike and I. Because at the end of the day, one thing is that you never want to let your parents know that you're arguing.
Yeah.
And you never want to let your parents know that you guys are so indecisive. Because even when we would just be faking like, yeah, this is what we want. This is what we want.
The minute you appear indecisive, they take over.
They take over. They're like, oh no, you guys don't know what you want. This is what we're gonna do.
So you gotta be a strong friend.
Fake it till you make it.
We will.
I think it's mostly
a
parents because like the cost of weddings, first off, is mostly determined by the amount of people you invite. And I would say probably about 80 to 90% of the people that came to the wedding was people that were our parents' friends or knew our parents. I would say probably about maybe 10 to 15% were actually our friends. You know, so it ends up being their event, and you know they'll let you know. They're like, oh, if you try, you know, we try to invite more of our friends. They'll say, oh, but you know, these, you know, your people your age, they don't spray much.
Exactly.
It's not about spraying, you know. It's our day. We want our friends to come and share with us, you know. But parents just have this mentality that, you know, oh, my child is getting married, so it's our, you know, we have to be the ones to be in charge, you know. So it ends up being almost like, from our point of view, I felt like, you know, it was more catered towards them than towards us.
I would say 50-50. Because I took into account that my parents are very popular in the Baltimore community. So because they're very popular, I know a lot of my aunts and uncles' kids.
Okay.
So it's like, not only were their parents invited, but the kids were invited too, especially the ones that were my age. And it's like, it was to a point where it's like I couldn't eliminate people that were my age just because I'm inviting their parents. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's why the count kind of went up, especially on my side of the family. His family did a good job sticking to it. My family was kind of like, okay, you told me 300, but we invited 4. So it was very, I think that was a very difficult part. But at the end of the day, everybody came, people that came supported, and had a good time, so. I pick a venue that was not per person. So I was telling Mike in the beginning, I was like, we have to be real. Like, we gotta be real. We can't do per person and then 300 people showed up extra, and then we have to pay for those 300 extra. That's dumb. That's just stupid. So that was a good thing about our venue. And plus, our venue, we went to 2 other traditional weddings there prior to our wedding. So we saw how they kind of dealt with Africans And they seem to be very cooperative.
Yeah, they know how we are.
They know how we are. So when the 1,000 people showed up, there was no calling the fire marshal. Right. There was nobody knocking on us or tapping us like, hey, y'all gotta like. Yeah. They were really respecting. They were really nice to the point where they were letting us bring out more chairs, set up more tables. So it was nice. I mean,
what venue did you use?
We used Delta Hotel Marriott in Hunt Valley. Okay. Yeah.
And it accommodates. This is just in case anyone like looks it up. Yeah. You know how many people
it can hold up to 1,500 people.
Okay.
However, if you put tables in, I think if you put tables and chairs around the tables, like in a wedding reception, it can hold up to 700 something people.
Yeah. So seated is around 600 to 700 people. Seated.
700.
Standing, more. But you have to remember the hall has like an extra lounge attached to it. So that helped us out a lot because a lot of the adults were in the hall. A lot of the people our age were like in the lounge where the bar and stuff was, obviously. So yeah, and it was unlimited parking. There was a lot of parking available. The venue allowed us to party till what, 2:30?
Like 2:30 a.m.
And they gave us the whole day to set up and the night before to set up. So I was telling Mike in the beginning of this because we took about a year and a half to plan our wedding. From the day I got engaged to July 14th. I was telling him, I was like, I don't want to use anybody too mainstream. I don't want to use anybody where I'm like constantly flipping my phone. I see the same vendors that everyone's using, the same cake vendor, the same photographer, the same videographer, like same engagement photo person, like So we try to use a lot of people that were within our budget, but then again, we're not so mainstream, but they can execute the same vision. Exactly. For example, for my hair, I use my really good friend Neka, Dog by Nui. Nice. She's like poppin'. Yeah. Now, but like back, we go back. So I was like, I will use her. Another good friend of mine, Vivian Experience, she did our decor. She's another person that's like can execute stuff really well, but may not be like someone that all these other vendors use, which I was fine with because Vivian worked really well with me. She got our vision, she got our price range, and she did awesome. Another person that Vivian actually recommended was Femstar. And he was able to work with us with our price range and execute our vision as well. So all three vendors that we used, also for makeup, Flawless Beauty, Christina, we used her. She did a very good job. She was so personable and she was with us the whole day and she helped touch up like my makeup. Makeup Fang did our makeup. I don't know if I'm saying her name. She did our makeup for the bridesmaids. She did a really good job. Like I said, all the people that we worked with were very humble. And I think that's one thing I liked. For my dress, for my first dress, it was Blessing Oyato Design. Oh, yeah. She did my wedding dress. Oh, sorry. She did my white dress. She also did my bridesmaids dresses. For the next two dresses, Ty did it. I don't know how to say her last name.
That's fine. We gonna tag all these people on IG.
Okay. Ty, shout out to you. She did my second and third dress. All of our material was brought to us by our aunt, Auntie Tutu. She has a store in Baltimore, Auntie Tutu. Nice. She got our material for our blue and gold outfit, and Robata and all that. Who else?
Stan. And then the men's attire, my tux and the groomsmen's tux. This guy is Stan Lyon. Well, that's his brand, Stan Lyon. He lives in Silver Spring. Did an excellent job. You know, the guys look sharp. You know, I thought I looked sharp too, if I don't say so myself. He did a good job. So it was good.
Once again, thank you so much for watching. Be on the lookout for Obi and Mike Part 2. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Till next time, stay blessed.